She asked me, you want to try? It's a bit spicy. I said, okay. Probably the most challenging experience ever. 2 years later, after getting some practice with spice, I told my wife, hey, I want to go back to that stall. I've tried that one. And I said, but that's not spicy at all. So in 1 or 2 years, I built some resistance to spiciness. Buenas, mi nombre es Demetrio Leonidas, Tănescu Motato. Tengo 50 años. Soy ciudadano español afincado en Singapur. Hi, my name is Leonidas. I'm 50 years old. I lived most of the time in Spain, and now I'm in Singapore as a PR. I'm a Romanian descendant. My both parents are from Romania. They moved to Germany somewhere in the early 70s with the work. I was born there in 1974. Then at the age of 5, we moved to Romania, where I lived until the age of 14. And at the age of 14, I moved to Spain until 41. And at the age of 41, I moved to Singapore. I lived in Singapore, it's 9 years plus. Overall, it's a very positive impact. Honestly, I don't want to move back to Europe to live. I love Singapore, so for now, Singapore is my home. I want to live and retire. For me, it's home. Hi, Milo Peng Kosong, Kopi Kosong, 喝的。
还有面包哈？
没有。
3块。
吃了了。Good. And this is almost like my headquarters, you know. I mean, I come here for my breakfast practically every weekend. Usually I sit there because it's more retired and I have the whole view of the palm trees, the coconut trees, the grass and everything, the greenery. And I found a lot of inspiration to write there, surprisingly. I need the bustling people around, you know, the noisy people talking, so I can immerse. It helps a lot. So what brought me to Singapore in the first place was my wife. She's local Singaporean, local Chinese. In 2014, my wife had to came because some family things she had to take care of. And then I just came also. When I came to Singapore, I practically came to get married to her. When I came for the first time to Singapore in 2008, I had a feeling, I just came out from the airport. And the feeling I had once I stepped out the airport and I look at the scenery, I look at the green, I look at the people, it felt home. It's something that I never felt in 27 years I lived in Spain. It's so strong, you know, what I have with Singapore. Because me being here in Singapore is a love story. I came for love. And it was double reinforced that it wasn't just love for my wife, it was also love for this country. It was love at the first sight when I came here. I'm a passionate actor, so when you love something, you want to get yourself involved with all the aspects. And of course, screenwriting. So I wanted to come up with a feature screenplay. I used this term, localized, to name one of my screenplays that I wrote. I wanted to bring a bit of my own experiences in Singapore. I wanted to make a tribute to Singapore itself. I wanted to bring along the treasure you guys have here, the diversity, the multicultural aspect, and the multi-religious trait. It's a mind-blowing, it's a thought-provoking, you know, because you don't find it anywhere else in such a small place, so balanced. You know, actually, the first draft, I wrote it mostly here, at that table. Second to last one. What I love about the people here, and I tried my best to bring it into the script, was the interaction between the different ethnicity groups. I mean, I have it in my workplace, I witnessed in restaurant, in the street, everywhere, in the mall, in the MRT, in the bus. I see it's the harmony there is between different ethnicities. And this is what captured my attention. You will see Chinese, Caucasian, Malay, Indian. The most representative ethnicities all together, working together, suffering together, and finding a common ground together. And it's an ensemble cast story, it's not a character-driven, where you will see all 4 ethnicities, 5 including Eurasians, playing equal parts in the story. As a foreigner, for me, it's much easier to see, kind of from outside. I live here, right? But I'm not born here, I'm not raised here. It's easy to see the beauty, the treasure that Singapore has here. This is a gem, it's a diamond at an emotional level, you know, to have all this kind of mixture, this kind of intertwined ethnicities while Singaporean can speak a very beautiful English, it's the Singlish. I love it because it's so Singaporean. I mean, this is the identity. From my humble opinion, I would encourage to keep it going. As a matter of fact, Localised I would say would have 70% Singlish. I mean, you'll easily find sentences like "Ken me, alamak, kenola, ayo," this kind of things. It's very common.
还是你的 skinny 啊，日本
I used to come here, this stall, before the COVID, every weekend practically, you know. Well, here we are, like back in the day, you know. Old good days. Hey, hi.
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. How's your son?
Yeah.
There he's quite busy.
Now he's busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah, weekend.
I'm glad to see the shop is actually working pretty good. Sure,
Happy
of
to see
course.
old friends. Huh?
Of course, always. Good to see you.
Yeah. Don't forget me. Huh?
No, I didn't forget you. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
There are not many reasons actually that I want to leave Singapore. There will be very few. Very few. My wife is the reason to stay. Her family, my family, is the reason to stay. The overall Singapore itself, the way it is, it's the reason to stay. If there was an advice for a younger version of me, I would tell him, take Mandarin lessons more seriously, because the older you grow, more difficult it becomes to learn new languages. I could communicate better with my mother-in-law. I could communicate better to the elderly people here in Singapore, at least with the Chinese segment. Another advice to my younger self, at the end of the tunnel there's always a light. So do what you have to do you, because better moments will come.
Right now, a tunnel or the light?
Now's the light. Querido Singapur, quería darte las gracias por aceptarme tal y como soy, sin importarte mi aspecto ni mi religión. Quería darte las gracias por permitirme y dejarme perseguir mis sueños y por dejarme ser parte de ti, con lo mucho o lo poco que pueda aportar. Quería darte las gracias por traer a este mundo a esta persona tan maravillosa, a Sara, mi esposa, que ha estado y sigue a mi lado desde hace muchos años. Quería darte las gracias por dejarme que te conociera. Esta sociedad llena de colores, de cultura y de filosofía, con tanto amor hacia la vida, compleja y al mismo tiempo con tanta sencillez. Déjame que te agradezca con el guión cinematográfico escrito para ti, Singapur, donde traigo a la luz esta joya que solamente tú posees, la riqueza étnico-cultural reflejada en un elenco diversificado. Déjame que te presente Localised. Y para despedirme de ti, quería decirte que me enamoré de ti desde el primer momento en que te vi, el 2 de septiembre del 2008. Firmado, Leonidas. Hasta luego.